Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Wow. Islam.
So, trying to raise those ethers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Raise vibration.
Praise Allah. Praise Allah. So, thank you all for coming out to this impromptu meeting.
Right.
We kind of called it at the last minute, but it is a wonderful thing that all of you were able to make it out.
Yes, ma'am.
I know the Grand Sheik, acting Grand Sheik, talked about just his experiences this week, speaking with various members of our study group, and was inspired to have us do this. Just jump right into it. I mean, we are a study group, and we are trying to become a temple full-fledged, and part of doing that is holding Friday night meetings along with the Sunday study group.
That's right.
So this is all new to us in terms of leading this meeting tonight. However, we have participated in plenty of meetings with Temple Number 11 out of Philadelphia and in other various places such as St. Louis and Birmingham, Alabama. So tonight will kind of be the first night, I believe, in Memphis that there has ever been a meeting in this way. So thank you for being a part of history. Praise Allah for that. So the way that this is structured is a little differently than the study group, where it's not about questions and answers. It's not necessarily about a lesson that we're going over. We are going to actually call up some of our study group members to speak to us.
That's right.
So the protocol would be for you to come up and stand in front of the table and just give praises and honors, rise and give praises, and then speak about whatever's on your heart. And then you do have to take a reading from the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. It could be from the front cover. It could be from anywhere inside of it. It could be from the back cover, just in terms of how things are, the process goes, just so that you know. So get ready. You don't know who I'm going to call on.
Might be you. Might be you, Samaya.
Absolutely. But again, this is really about an opportunity for us to share how the lessons of the Moorish Science Temple of America are impacting our lives. So as the chairwoman, I get the chance to call people up who I would like to. And if someone wants to volunteer, we can also have you come up. In Temple Number 11, they do a very special thing where they have Sunday school children actually start us off, because they are the future of this nation. So they come up and they either look at the Quran questions for Moorish Americans and pretty much analyze the picture that's on there, which is a very sweet and wonderful thing to hear them do. And then some of them are actually reading out of the Quran, and we've watched them improve in their reading ability and their confidence level in coming up. So that's a very special thing. So we hope that, when Samaya gets a little older, she'll be one of the young ones leading the way. She's like, baby, okay. So praise Allah. So I'm going to actually begin a little bit with my trip. The reason why we were not here last week was because we were in Colorado, Boulder, Colorado. And there I was at an audition for their MFA program in dance. And doing that, we were trying to, I was trying to have the experience of just figuring out, where I saw myself. I'm taking this step of completely embracing dance as opposed to leaving it to the side and to the margins, and really trying to take it on as what I do full time. So in doing that, I guess my most comfortable way would be through schooling, because I've done that before. So it is somewhat of a safe route, but it's in a subject that I have actually not taken completely as my full attention or center stage. So doing that, it was a wonderful experience. It was really eye-opening and in some ways a confidence builder. being away from dance for a while in terms of taking classes or being around in the world of dancers, in the sense that different parts of the country, being able to see what everyone else is doing in the dance world and going there and feeling like I fit right in, I can do everything that's being done. It looks like that they are enjoying what my, choreographic lens is. So it was very validating and inspiring just to see and have that opportunity. I really was interested in their program because they do a really good job at not placing a hierarchy of dance, because usually when you say dance, people immediately associate that with ballet dancers. So what they do is actually have it where when you audition, you have to do ballet, modern, African, and improvisation. Right. So that was really appealing to me. But just to see that happening was really inspirational and something that I want to do here in Memphis. And all the while, I had to talk myself, I wanted to talk myself out of going to audition, because, putting yourself out there and being vulnerable can be scary. Mm-hmm. We made that trip, we bought the tickets and everything, and we were in the hotel, and I'm still having going back and forth, telling myself, okay, I don't really have to do this, I'm not going to do this, and going back and forth, and it was kind of crazy to know that, I'm going through that, knowing that this is my purpose, but I guess the fear was to be judged, or to have others, kind of give me my value or not, but knowing that my value does not come from that.
That's right.
We had that conversation as well, but to be reminded of, the fact that Malidoma Some stated that we are qualified.
That's right.
For the job we came to do.
That's correct.
On this earth,
yes,
on this plane of existence. So there is no one or nothing that can make you unqualified for that.
Go ahead and go there.
So why would I question my ability to do that? Of course, that's, the lower self. Yep. I think trying to, just put fear in my heart, or just kind of steer me away from what it is I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
So with the lessons of the Prophet and Noble Drew Ali, knowing that a few weeks ago we talked about Allah being within, and the higher self is Allah. Mm-hmm. It's the mother of virtues, harmonies of life, and breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. And in knowing that, we say the statement, Allah knows, right? Mm-hmm. And so this idea is the Allah that we're talking about outside of ourselves, or is it inside of ourselves?
Come on.
And so when I say that Allah is within me, and what I've been doing is saying that, okay, if Allah knows, that means I know.
That's right.
So if I know, let me tap into that knowledge and into that wisdom and be still with that, and unwavering and resolute in that this is the path that I need to walk. Not saying that every moment of every day that I'm going to have that certainty, but to remind yourself of that, and to say that, Allah is within you, and I can choose which path I'm going to go. So let me choose the higher self.
Choose it.
So praise Allah for that. And with that, I'm going to go to the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Circle 7, divinely prepared by the noble prophet, Drew Ali, by the guiding of his father, God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from a sinful and fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his father, God Allah. Originally, I was going to read from the soul, the soul of man, that's right. But I guess I got moved to this space.
All right,
we're going to talk about, page 7, chapter 3, Elihu's lesson, the unity of life.
That's 7.
All right. I'm probably going to read from 1 to 14.
Okay.
Again, Elihu met his pupils in the sacred grove and said, no man live unto himself, for every living thing is bound by cords to every other living thing. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will love and not demand love in return. They will not do to other men what they would not have other men do unto them. There are two selves, the higher and lower self. The higher self is human spirit clothed with soul, made in the form of Allah. The lower self, the cardinal self, the body of desires, is a reflection of higher self, distorted, by the murky ethers of the flesh. The lower self is an illusion and will pass away. The higher self is a law of man and will not pass away. The higher self is the embodiment of truth. The lower self is truth reversed, and so is falsehood manifest. The higher self is justice, mercy, love, and right. The lower self is what the higher self is not. The lower self breeds hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms. The higher self is mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life. The lower self is rich in promises, but poor in blessedness and peace. It offers pleasure, joy, and satisfying gain, but gives unrest, misery, and death. It gives men apples that are lovely to the eye and pleasant to the smell. Their cores are full of bitterness and gall. If you would ask me what to study, I would say yourselves, and you well have studied them. And then would ask me what to study next, I would reply
yourselves.
Praise Allah.
Praise Allah.
So in the process of studying ourselves, it's very important, I believe, for myself to be able to identify the voices of the higher self and the lower self, and making sure I'm questioning which one is which and where are my intentions and thoughts coming from, where are they stemming from. Are they on a higher plane of existence, or are they on a lower plane of existence? And praise Allah for these lessons.
Praise Allah.
One last thing I just want to share. I had a conversation with a friend of mine who I stated to her, if you love yourself enough to stop hurting from whatever pain was given to you previously, you would forgive, right? So forgiving in that capacity is a way of loving yourself. And I know that the lower self is going to want to give you misery and keep giving that to you. Brother Miguel talks about this idea of what love is, and remembering that, as it's stated in here, we're supposed to love and not demand love in return. But the first person you have to love is yourself.
That's right.
And how that then impacts how you interact with everyone else. Because it says in that chapter that we are bound by cords to every other living thing. So if you're generating love always, you want to keep that energy flowing, if possible, as opposed to becoming a part of that negativity. You want to continue to be a part of that positivity, that high vibration. And driving over here, I said to myself, energy is neither destroyed nor created. It is only transferred.
Come on.
It is only transferred.
Come on.
So what energy are you transferring?
Good question.
What energy are you feeding on?
Good question.
So, just things to become aware of and ways to begin to study yourself. Because that's a process that is a lifelong, process.
Yes, it is.
And, I think in Temple number 11, we say that, the motor board that we wear during graduation, we get it immediately once we proclaim our nationality, but we never graduate from this school of learning because we are constantly students of ourselves.
That's right.
Constantly learning. So I praise Allah for knowing this information and being aware of those two selves and trying to analyze them and to make one stronger than the other. Yes, so praise Allah for that.
Praise Allah.
All right. So I know a lot of you are thinking, okay, when's she going to be done? Because I might get up next.
Go ahead and demonstrate. Take your time. Everybody's like, you go ahead and take your time.
Right. Take the whole meeting, why don't you?
Your thing.
Keep on talking. All right. So we are going to try to close this by probably around 9. So, however you're moved to speak, the floor will be yours. And we will need to reserve time for the two, the secretary and the acting grand chief. So I'm going to actually call, are there any volunteers? Okay. Mine's ready. Hey. All right, well, I'm actually going to call up Brother T. Black.
I knew it.
Right.
To get us started, please give him your undivided attention as you have given me. Peace.
Peace. Come on up, brother.
Islam.
However.
Okay.
Whatever move. Okay. Whatever move.
Teach on your lesson today.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can I ride?
You can ride.
Okay.